What's going on, guys? One Eyed Bandit back again with yet another video talking about more Dragon Ball FighterZ, and we are back again with another poll. If we had a choice, who would you choose to be the next DLC character for Dragon Ball FighterZ Season 3? Now, in this one, it's another blowout lead here with Raditz with a whopping 70% to Dabura's 30%. Now, when I do these polls, I try to kind of keep them in the same realm of each other. Raditz and Dabura were very different from each other, but I think just because they're in Z is why I chose this. And from Dragon Ball Z specifically, those are mainly the two villains, I guess, that are kind of left off of this list. Obviously, you have your Super Boos, but Super Boo is, you know, he's already basically Kid Boo and Fat Boo, and we probably won't see a Super Boo until the next iteration of the game of some sort. But Raditz and Dabura were most definitely left off. These are canon characters that were not put into the game. Raditz, this guy, I'm surprised so many people are in love with this character because he was such a beginner introductory villain to the show. And I kind of feel like that's why a lot of people like him. It's funny because he was literally only in the show for about 4 episodes, but he did a lot. I think Raditz's popularity when it comes to this game specifically stems from how people are in love with the idea that Goku had a brother, and obviously it wasn't very expounded upon, but you know, there is that mystery to it. And what if Raditz was a good guy? I think I remember in like Tenkaichi 2 or 3 or one of the Budokais, along those lines of games, they did have a what if section, and one of those what ifs was definitely if Raditz was good after, you know, Goku and Piccolo beat him. And you know, that was always cool to see, and I truly believe that's where a lot of people enjoy Raditz's character from, because they have this thought in the back of their head that, man, Raditz could have been really cool. I personally don't truly care for him. To me, his design is a little bit on the basic side in my personal opinion, but he does have a lot that could be going for him in terms of a move set, because he did, like I said, fight against Goku and Piccolo. He could have a really cool dramatic finish if you have Piccolo and Goku on your team, base Goku that is. And I think, funnily enough, he has a really good shot to make it into the game, simply because we got Master Roshi. Master Roshi was a character that wasn't in the base game. You would expect him to be, simply because he's one of the Z fighters. He's always there, he's reliable, yada yada yada, but he wasn't in the game. And Raditz, you would think he would be in the game, in the base game as well, because he is such a starter villain, but yet they chose to go for base Vegeta as well as Nappa. Base Vegeta makes a little more sense, granted not making sense as a DLC. He did make it into the game though. Raditz, on the other hand, was just kind of left hanging dry. And so because he has grown in this popularity, like people legit actually want this character for whatever reason, I think he has a really good shot to make it. And I'll be honest with you guys, I really do hope and pray that you actually play him if he does truthfully come out, because Master Roshi, although he was very different, I think mainly because of him not having a super dash, you don't really see that many people playing him, so it was almost kind of felt like a wasted slot, if we're being honest. Now Dabura, on the other hand, again, he's a character that kind of just threw in there, but he does also have enough to get a move set to be able to play within this game. Dabura could have things like his stone spit or whatever, and you know, that could be an interesting command grab or like a restand type of move, which would be really cool to have. Can't see any real dramatic finishes coming from him, but that's, who's to say that every character needs one, right? But Dabura, for the most part, definitely, I truthfully can't see him in the game. I think he would be cool to have, but again, I just don't quite see him. But that's enough of that. What I also like to do is go through the comments just to see what you guys have had to say about these polls and just read through your thoughts as well. So we're just gonna start with the first guy here. I feel like people want Raditz like they wanted Roshi for the memes, a gag, no true value. Now, I wouldn't say people wanted Roshi for memes or whatever. I don't think Roshi is technically a gag character, if we're being honest. I feel like that would be a more Hercule, Mr. Satan type of thing if we're being truthful. Roshi was just something very, very different. He did, to me, deserve to be in the base form of the game, but that's neither here nor there. Raditz is just, he's a popular choice by people. They feel like he should have been in the game, period. And this guy here as well, then drop the game if the character is too hard to learn and play. Plus, I don't even see Roshi players like that. I may run across 2 or 3, but not a lot. Yeah, he's definitely right. We don't see that many Roshis. And then we have Scourge Black. He wants Dabura because his moveset would be a lot more interesting than Raditz. I mean, that's subjective. I think it's pretty subjective, you know, because Raditz does have a lot to go off of, but so does Dabura as well. I mean, it honestly, it's just by choice. If we're keeping it a stack, honestly, it's just by choice. Raditz is a high probability, but still would think he's a better shot than Dabura. Again, I believe this to be true. Raditz, the popularity that this guy has, I mean, you can clearly see it in the poll. He is 70% over Dabura's 30. This guy, definitely Raditz over Dabura, because in my opinion, Raditz should have been in the base roster, because I don't understand why. Would they just add Nappa to the base game, then base Goku, Vegeta's DLC later on, but not Raditz as a free DLC update? Or hell, maybe he could have even been in season 2. I'm not going to be mad if he doesn't end up being the next DLC character, but I'm going to be disappointed. Simply, it doesn't make sense for Raditz to add fighters yeah, but I understand what he's saying a little bit. They would never give us a free character. Obviously in the base game we got Android 21, but that's because that's ArcSys's baby, you know. They had to make a brand new character for the game, and technically that's not free because you bought her with the game. But for the most part, they would never give us a free DLC. But to insinuate Raditz should have been in the base game, you know, that's completely based on, I don't know, popularity in a whole. Like, if we had to truthfully sit down and see who was in Dragon Ball FighterZ, who was, if we were in the Arc System Works meeting and we sat down and, you know, asked these people who was popular in Dragon Ball FighterZ, who we personally think and want to come, a lot of the DLC characters we got would not even be close to being in the game. No characters truly deserve to be in the game, if we're being honest. You know, it's whatever character is popular and will make money. Raditz, to be honest, is just not that character. If you think he should have been in the base game, obviously that's your opinion, but at the same time, during the Arc System Works meeting, it was probably like, why would we put Raditz in the game? At that time, he most likely wasn't so popular. And I feel like in my heart of hearts that Raditz, so many people didn't see him in the base roster and just kind of went haywire, because Dragon Ball as a whole, the whole genre, especially of the video games, we always get this many characters, so many characters. We always get this massive roster in all Dragon Ball games, and then we look at Dragon Ball FighterZ and we're like, man, this roster is small. So how come this character couldn't make it and that character couldn't make it? You understand, you know? And obviously, again, it comes from a popularity standpoint, and they needed certain characters that would make money right away. Now, am I saying Nappa is a money getter? No, but he had a more significant role over a character like Raditz, if we're being honest. This guy, I honestly am not a big fan of Dabura, so I'm a bit biased. People have been asking for Raditz for a bit, so it might actually happen. Again, I agree with him. Dabura the Demon King would be awesome. Great heavy moveset with his big sword and fire breath. He should also get his alternate costume from Heroes. You know, alternate costumes are never happening at this point. He wants another sword character in the game, but Raditz will be okay. This guy's just like, we get who we get, and I totally understand that. Double Sunday all day, every day. Dabura is the cooler character out of the two and would translate a little better in fighters to me. I kind of agree. I kind of agree that Dabura is cooler than Raditz in a certain way. Would I say he would translate better? I think ArcSys can make any character fit into this game, if I'm being honest. I like Raditz, but I like Dabura a lot more. He was the character I wanted since season 1. His moveset is crazy, especially with the spit move that turns your opponent to stone. It could be just like Fat Boo Fat Toss for mix-up options and tons of diversity with his level 3, where he killed Kibito, and in Budokai 3, where his sword slashes you, knocks you down, flew you into 3-second stare, and blasts you to oblivion. And then of course he has certain replies from people that you guys can look at, and I agree, Dabura could definitely be a really niche and dope character. It's just, will he be added? I personally don't think so. Maybe in another iteration of the game, because I mean technically we kind of are running out of villains for them to put into the game. I'm sorry, but do people want Raditz for a joke or to be ironic? That would be such a waste of a spot. Again, this is up, you know, it's his opinion. I just don't understand why people want Raditz so bad in the game. He had like 4 episodes in the show, didn't really do much, and then died. Why? Yeah, again, it's opinion. This guy believes he has a cool design. He plays an important role in the Saiyan Saga. I agree. Dabura is way cooler than him by design. Yep. I want to see Dabura too. Yeah, these guys, you know, everybody has their opinion. And then Aditya, I said this in the last video and I'll say it again. I know you have your opinion on who you want, but I gave a specific 2 choices, and I just kind of want you to stay in that realm. You know, I don't need other outside opinions. Obviously, the other outside opinions will come at the end of the video, where I ask you or tell you guys to write down in the comment section below which character you would prefer to have within Dragon Ball FighterZ in this season 3, the last 2 character slots, or further on down the line. None wasn't an option, so don't put it as an option. Just answer the poll, and you don't even have to comment. Or if you don't want to comment or answer the poll, do neither. I totally understand. But other than that, guys, between Raditz and Dabura, who would you personally want for the next DLC character if we had a choice between just these 2, and if these were the next 2 characters to be coming or something like that? But other than that, guys, again, who would you want to have as the last 2 DLC character slots, and why? Write them down in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please remember that God and anime are always on your side. Please come join the Bandit Army. That's all I got for you. Peace out.